question by Kenny from the United States. Can you describe how a person feels the Creator? How do you feel the Creator? And how can I know that I have the right feeling? A sensation is something you cannot give to another. Even if it were possible and permitted, I wouldn't do it. Because everyone has to discover the Creator by himself. He is hidden so that we will discover him by searching for him. And through confusion and through completely opposite states and strange ones. And that's why we mustn't share with each other any imaginations or pictures. We should, from complete darkness, according to the right method, to search what the method of bestowal means, what it means to be a giver. And after a lot of efforts, you eventually begin to build the image of the giver within you, which is called man and the Creator. And giving any kind of pre-prepared images in that is forbidden. You need only help them in the beginning of their search. And the more a person progresses, the teacher becomes more concealed, hides himself, so as to allow a person to be more independent. Otherwise, he won't build himself. So there are many things here. You see what's the difference between an ordinary person in this world and a scientist, for example? A scientist searches forms that don't exist in the world and thus builds himself above the human degree, so to speak, man's degree. What does being an artist means? It's someone who wants to introduce new forms that he didn't see in others, that he wants to invent them. So from this we can understand the importance of freedom and independent life, independent of society, of the environment, for one's internal development. He has to take only the appreciation of free development from the environment, but no images or patterns or forms from it. Yes? Osho from Kiryat Chaim is asking, how does one who is above the barrier feel the suffering of this world? Suffering comes from the sensation of absence of filling in the Kli. We have nothing more than the Kli, the desires. When these desires are not filled, or these desires can be filled or unfilled. That's all there is. The Creator created a deficiency, and He created it through filling. And when that filling is absent, at least in one's feeling, it may be there, but the desire doesn't feel it. So to the extent that we don't feel that filling, we feel deficient, meaning that the filling is lacking, and then we suffer. In the sensation of deficiency, in the sensation of satiation, in that we have the sensation itself, we have the reason for it, and its purpose. There was a friend here who fasted for 28 days because the doctors told him to. So did he enjoy it or did he suffer? We should say that he enjoyed it. because of the future goal that will appear to him as health or I don't know what. But that goal was so strong and given so much future pleasure that he was willing to suffer and not eat for 28 days. Or that he suffered, he received such a brainwash that it kept him with fear. Not the fear of the fear of future suffering, that it caused him to be able to do that. Man is a complex animal, and we either bring closer or remove the past and the future and calculate in the present and thus decide. A person who is in spirituality relates to pleasures or to suffering in a purposeful way. That's why he considers this world, when he looks at this world, he first of all sees the reason why the world feels suffering, the anticipated results, and sees how the way can be different than what people are experiencing through suffering. That they can change their development from the path of suffering to the path of Torah, or at least to the way of the land, which is made of both suffering and the Torah. So accordingly, he relates to the world. So on the one hand, of course, he suffers because people suffer. Because he feels in spirituality is integrated with their desires. On the other hand, it's sweetened in him by the sensation of understanding of the purpose of development, where they will end up in. And besides, he still suffers because he still didn't do everything to bring the world to a scale of merit, to the good development. So he is, let's say, the more he rises, the more he suffers. He's more integrated with the suffering of the public. And then he's awarded the comfort of the public, and that shines for him in advance. That's why he can take the suffering too. More? Question from Moscow.